world is getting hotter, and while most of us are either sweating it out or enjoying the luxury of air conditioning, some animals thrive in extreme heat. Today, we're going to show you 10 creatures that can withstand the hottest temperatures on Earth. Steaming it up at number 10, Mojave Desert Tortoise. These hardy reptiles can live in temperatures of up to 40 degrees Celsius. Surprisingly, they can also tolerate temperatures that dip below freezing. Their secret to living in this harsh environment is that they live 95% of their lives underground, escaping the extreme temperatures of the Mojave Desert. They hibernate for about 9 months, but they're usually above ground between March and June or September and October. Things are heating up on the way to number 9, JULIMES pupfish. These freshwater fish may be small, around 2 inches long, but they're mighty as they live in water that gets as hot as 45 degrees Celsius. The only place you'll find them is in El Pandeño de los Pandos hot springs, southeast of Chihuahua, Mexico. The water is so hot that they have no natural predators, other than humans. These hot springs are now a protected sanctuary. Scorching in at number 8, Somali wild ass. Somali wild asses, which are closely related to zebras, can live in temperatures as high as 49 degrees Celsius. They can survive without water longer than any other member of the horse or equid family. And their large ears help them dissipate the oppressive heat. Though they once roamed throughout West Africa, they're now critically endangered. Good job, humans. With only a small population of around 400 living in northern Ethiopia. Roasting our way to number 7, camel. Camels are a symbol of the desert. It's probably because they can withstand temperatures up to 49 degrees Celsius, which is why they're such a reliable mode of transportation for desert-dwelling humans. The 2 species of camels are the 2-humped Bactrian and the 1-humped dromedary, or Arabian camel. Contrary to popular belief, their humps store fat, not water, which they use for energy. You'll find Bactrian camels in China's Gobi Desert and the steppes of Mongolia, while dromedaries are native to North Africa and the Middle East. However, there is an invasive wild population of dromedaries in Australia. Surprise, surprise. Though the majority of the world's dromedaries are domesticated, Bactrian camels can be wild or domesticated. Searing in at number 6, Jerboa. This adorable nocturnal rodent lives in environments that reach 54 degrees Celsius. They dwell in the deserts of North Africa's Arabian Peninsula, and they spend most of their time burrowing underground to stay cool. Can't say I blame them. These critters evolved for living in the desert as they rarely urinate and only get water from the food they eat, not by drinking it. Which brings us to the blistering number 5, ostrich. This flightless African bird is the world's largest and heaviest, and it can sprint at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest. It tolerates temperatures that reach 56 degrees Celsius. And unless they happen upon a watering hole, ostriches don't need to drink water, as they hydrate through the foods they eat, like the jerboa. Here's a fun fact: ostriches don't bury their heads in the sand, although sometimes they lay them on the ground. From afar, it may look like their heads are buried, but they're not. Blazing our way to number 4, silver ants. Silver ants are the fastest insects on the planet, running at 0.3 meters per second. That's like a human running at 643 kilometers per hour. They run this fast because otherwise they will bake in Africa's 60 degrees Celsius Sahara Desert. Feverishly approaching number 3, RÜPPEL'S fox. These cute little foxes live in Iran's Lut Desert. In 2005, it set the world record for the highest surface temperature at 70 degrees Celsius. Like many other creatures on this list, they're masters of water conservation, always absorbing it from their prey. RÜPPEL'S foxes are also night hunters, which allows them to stay cooler and waste less water. Being small, only 66 to 74 centimeters long, helps them dissipate heat and conserve energy. And the fur on the pads of their feet prevents the searing sand from scorching their paws. Melting our way to number 2, POMPEI worm. These frilly worms are tough cookies. They live directly on stone hydrothermal vents that spew boiling hot water from the Earth's crust. They're found at the bottom of the ocean at depths ranging from 1,500 meters to 3,500 meters. The worms build protective tubes around themselves and attach them to these hydrothermal chimneys, allowing them to survive in temperatures that reach up to 105 degrees Celsius. That's a toasty worm. POMPEI worms also have a unique bacterial coating that cools them by redistributing the heat. The coating also helps break down the vent's minerals, making them an important part of this very harsh ecosystem. And sizzling it up to number 1, tardigrades. Affectionately known as water bears, these nearly microscopic creatures have 8 legs and clawed hands. They're found everywhere on Earth, from the deep seas to mud volcanoes to Antarctica. But they prefer living in wet ecosystems, like on moss or at the bottom of lakes. Tardigrades feed on the juices of lichen, moss, and algae. But some species are carnivorous. Sometimes they even eat each other. These water bears are indestructible, living in temperatures that range from negative 200 degrees Celsius to 149 degrees Celsius. Scientists from Harvard and Oxford universities found that even a supernova, asteroid impact, or gamma-ray burst, all of which would obliterate humanity, would have zero effect on the tough little tardigrade. They definitely earned their spot at the top of this list. Conserving water and thriving in the world's hottest places is what these organisms do, and that's what makes them crazy creatures.